I should unmute myself before I talk. There we go. You guys can, okay, perfect. All right, sorry about that, guys. My stream decided to pop off. I am back. My little dragon went away though. I guess I need to re-add the dragon every time. That's kind of inconvenient. Add to. What one am I on? All right, let's add to the. Okay. All right. We're fixing it up here. We're just gonna have right on the stream, just this little dragon. All right. And let's see if I text. All right. Okay. Do. My name. Cool. All right. Now you guys have the dragon. There was something I was watching that was gave a few options for like doing polls and that kind of stuff. Streamlab. Oh right, I should probably bring up some music for you guys. All right, let's see. Fantasy. All right, there we go. Music. Let me know if it's ever too powerful. I have it turned down pretty low on my end of things. All right. Okay, so what should we name our dragon? You know, there's Skatha, which is a decent name. We've also got and Caligon.
In Caligon.
That's a good name. I don't think I'd be able to pronounce that on the regular though. All right, let's type in famous D&D dragon names. Because obviously there's Bahamut and Tiamat. Let's see what other dragons are out there. Good names for dragons, I guess. It'd be really cool to do a dragon that's already green. If I'm going to keep him green. I don't know if I'll keep him green. I might end up changing him to a different color. We will see. So if I just sort this list into colors, we've got really poor names. I don't want anything that's too complicated. We've got Chloris and Us, which aren't the greatest names. Brax, not the worst. I'd be okay with Brax. Harith the Green. That's not a bad name for a dragon. I'd be okay with that. Or what do you guys think? So let's fix that up. Yeah, there's not a lot of like decent names. They're all like really Vladimir, Laura, Harith. You know what? No, I think we're going to stick to the Middle Earth names because these lists of dragon names suck. Could name him Mushu, like from Lon. I could just name him Smog. Is it lazy for me not to choose a unique name for the dragon? I don't know if it's lazy. Right. I need to fix this chat box. Why it's so... I do know why it's so messed up. Just wish it wasn't as messed up. This is what I get for messing with things. All right. Got a couple different 200 best dragon names and full meanings. That seems like a promising article. Armin Falcor. Oh, Falcor from the Neverending Story. That's kind of cute, actually. I don't mind the idea of Falcor. Vera, Dark Smoke, no. Toothless. Let's see. see what kinds of names we have that fit Puff. We're not naming it Puff. That would be such a bad name. I'm not a Puff the Magic Dragon fan. Although I will say, as a mother, it is a really, really great book to read to your child. I did not realize how good of a book it was, but it was kind of sad. I read it to my baby, and Haku. A skook. Native American name means the snake. Leviathan. I mean, there's Game of Thrones names, but I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a Game of Thrones fan, but Game of Thrones, like, I'm not a diehard fan of Game of Thrones. And to be honest with you, I haven't read the books. I watched the TV show, the actual like Game of Thrones TV show, and I really liked it up until the last season. The last season is not great in my opinion. Last season was kind of ruined the rest of the series for me. I thought that they had a really great thing going, and at the end, I was very unimpressed. Drago. Aiden. In Celtic, this name means little fire. That's cute, Aiden. Maybe I'll type things in chat. Aiden means little fire in. What else do we have? Larong, father of dragons. No, he's definitely not a father of dragons type stream pet. Cadmus. Nith. Some of these are really hard to pronounce too. Like, I don't want to just choose a name because it sounds cool and then struggle to mention the name forever hereafter. Tyson means fiery tempered. Welcome to my stream, guys. This is Tyson. He's a part-time stream pet, part-time MMA fighter. Or Mar. Yeah, some of these are really complicated. I'm not even reading out the complicated ones. Pythagoras. There's a theorem named after him. Let's see, Ryu, Dragon Spirit, Samael. Samael is the archangel of poison and death. That wouldn't be bad. I'm typing these things in the chat because I'm not going to remember these once I get to the end of this list of 200. Shisha? No. Edna. This is Edna, guys. Toothless. Hydra, I feel, is too lazy. I mean, it's... Oh, what's this? Urology. Oh, goodness. Viper, Nuri. Nuri is cute. My fire. That's a cute one. Anna Belinda. Paul Schumann. Oh, that's kind of... I don't know why they would include this on the list. Schumann means rattlesnake handler. That's for excuse to be on the dragon name list. Tiamat, Mother of Life. Lodsmock. Jurgentarth. Yeah, I would really struggle to pronounce that one. Let's see. Aboleth. Eternal One. Danim. Oh, Rabbit Slayer. Again, some of these is like, really? Why would you include this? Hedwig. Cedric. Trixie. Harper. As I'm getting further and further down this list, I'm starting to think this list kind of sucks. Merlin. I can use Merlin as like a actual name for like a PC or something. It's not really a dragon name. Pickles. Sugar. Okay, now they're just throwing whatever out there. Burno, Smoky, Absinthe, Ebenezer. Yeah, that is the end of that list, and it kind of... But there was one or two Valcor. Valcor would be good. There's another one that I saw at the beginning. Just scrolling back through the top here to see if I can't find it real quick. Drago. No, I think that was it. I think that Scath is still a good one. Smog could be a good one. It's just, I feel like it's kind of a easy out to be like, oh, I'm a Lord of the Rings streamer, and here's my dragon Smog. Caligon. And Caligon. Is that too difficult? Like, if you guys had a choice, sorry, I shouldn't say if you guys had a choice, but if you guys could choose, would you want something that's difficult to pronounce or easy to pronounce? Like, if you decide, okay, we're gonna name the dragon, I feel like it's better to have something easy to pronounce. I could use Scatha. Like, Scatha's easy. It just wouldn't fit because, you know. There ain't other named dragons. Oh, what's this? Fafnir? Welcome to my stream. This is my dragon Fafnir. Let's check a different website for dragon name. We've got a bunch of unnamed dragons, which doesn't help me. I need names. Oh wait, here's a bigger list. Gostir. Gostir. Okay with Gostir. Other names. Could just name him Worm. Wormtongue. What about Wormtongue? I actually really like the idea of Wormtongue. Pisophylax. Lamthank. They're not good names. one more website. Let's try this one. Old Drakes. Yes, characteristics. Non-canon dragons. In Lord of the Rings War in the North, players encounter the dragon Urgost. Goss wouldn't be bad. Alright, let's go to a fantasy name generator. There's a, well, you guys are probably aware of it. It's called fantasynamegenerators.com. Let's just see what we can find for dragon names on there. Armin, no. Alright. Got Eloy, no. Nog. Again, I don't want anything that's difficult to pronounce, and it's all just difficult to pronounce. Galu, De Toil, Sar, Dos, Zynos. All right. I don't know. Right. Nesat? Yeah. All right. Well, we've got a couple ideas for dragon names. We're gonna probably sit on those and see how we feel about them as time goes on. And maybe if I get enough people on the stream, maybe I'll put the vote to you guys to see what we should do. I just call him Morgoth. Anyways, we'll see. Morgoth the dragon. We will see. We'll put it to the chat later. Good peeps in here. All right. Let's see. So what should we go into now? I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about my one shot. So right now we are continuing to actually let's remove this. Right. Okay. Right now we are continuing to make make strides towards our Lord of the Rings 5e one-shot. That is going to be called Of Ill Fillings and Miss Crust. Here's my little promo thumbnail for it. This is going to be based on the Lord of the Rings role-playing for 5e system created by Free League Publishing. It works in conjunction with D&D 5e, and this is going to be a homebrewed adventure that I made up myself. It's based off of information available in the Shire Adventures supplement from Free League Publishing. I've taken some artistic liberties with the content just to make it make sense for the one shot that I'm running. But it's largely based off of the information in this book. If you guys are interested, give me a like, a share, a follow, a subscription. I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch. I'm also posting updates on Blue Sky for those of you who don't yet follow me on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a lot like Twitch, a lot like Twitter, but better. Lots of people are moving over to Blue Sky. I'm starting to see it become much more commonplace these days. So if you aren't following me on there already, give me a follow. It's the easiest way to keep up to date on the dates that I'm streaming, or the dates that I am, am going to be, the dates that I'm streaming, or updates on when those one-shots are going to be available. All right. We're also going to be streaming sometime in the near future a regular D&D one-shot. This is just regular D&D 5e. I wrote this story, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, I want to say, maybe even 3 years ago. And this one shot is called The First Date. There's a follow-up one shot that I will probably stream for you guys in the future called The Second Date. But I'm essentially calling it my dating series. If you are not into romantic stuff, that is okay. You don't need to be into romantic stuff. It's not a heavy romance one-shot. The First Date I would describe as a cheesy, corny, silly adventure. It is full of combat and a little Feywild-esque. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, again, give me a like, give me a share, give me a follow, subscription on whatever platform you find the most convenient to watch from. Watch on my Blue Sky. I will be putting out information, and I think that I'm going to actually be streaming some video for that one shot. For my other one shot, I'm not positive if we're going to be doing video or not. We will see what happens when we come to it. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This one shot, though, The First Date, will be run on the Roll20 virtual tabletop. My other one shot I'm running on the Foundry virtual tabletop. I do like Foundry a bit better than Roll20 from a DM standpoint. There's more customization available and just more functionality with the Foundry virtual tabletop. But because of the severe learning curve for Foundry, in the interest of time and ease of access, and just because I've ran this one-shot on Roll20 before, I'm going to be doing that one-shot through Roll20. I made up the battle map for it, like I said, a few years ago. I actually made it on Incarnate, which is a very popular map-making service for people who want to make their own battle maps. Some people use it for perspective maps as well, but I think it really shines as a battle map creator more so. So I'm going to be streaming that hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. I'm just discussing with the characters now what they would like to play as characters. It is a fairly low level one shot, only like level 2. But like I said, it's going to be a bit more battle heavy. Welcome to the chat, Malcolm. When is it happening? Yeah, the first date one shot is going to be probably in the next few weeks here. I did tell my players I do want to get up and running fairly quickly. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be I'm probably going to have a date probably by next week. And then for the Lord of the Rings 5e one-shot, that's called Of Ill Fillings and Miscrust. That one we don't have a set date for yet. We have a bit of a larger learning curve for that because it is a new system using the Lord of the Rings 5e system instead of regular D&D 5e. So I'm finding that one requires a little bit more work for my players to get to know the kinds of characters they want to build and get used to the different features available to them, that kind of thing. I'm anticipating, just based on our current projections, that one probably won't actually end up coming out until January, just because with Christmas and the other holidays coming up, I'm not expecting that any of my players are going to want to play D&D over the Christmas break. I might be completely surprised. Maybe they do want to play it. I certainly don't have any qualms against streaming a game or hosting a game around the Christmas season. But we'll see what ends up happening here. Awesome. Well, whenever you get a date and time, would love to check it out live. Love the Lord of the Rings system. It's a great system. Have you played the Lord of the Rings 5e system? I haven't actually gotten a chance to ask you about that, but I'd be excited to hear if you've played it before as a DM or a player. I absolutely adore the system. I think it fixes so many issues with regular 5e. Stuff like the reward system, the elimination of spell casting. I just really like the way the Lord of the Rings system plays. Yeah, no. Lord of the Rings 5e is a near and dear system to my heart. Malcolm, I have, yes. I was a Hobbit rogue, and my brother was a Hobbit ranger. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, my upcoming one shot, we're actually setting in the Shire. So each one of my players is actually going to be a Hobbit. That was a restriction that I made to their player characters, just for this particular one shot because of the distress of outside folk in the Shire. But I'm hoping to have some other one shots from around Eriador later on. And when I do run those other one shots, I'm going to open up those other cultures for my players. Our friend Ryan game mastered an adventure near Erebor and Mirkwood. Oh, cool! So you guys probably actually used the Adventures in Middle-earth system then, which is by Cubicle 7. So that was the system before LOTR5e, which Free League Publishing does, because Free League Publishing ended up getting the rights to it. Unless maybe your friend just completely did their own world building with Erebor and Mirkwood, which good on you, because I really like the amount of detail available to me in the Lord of the Rings 5e system, because even if you don't know everything there is to know about a particular region, all of it is outlined for you in this book. It's really, really detail oriented, and even if you never wanted to run a game ever and you just wanted to read the information available in these books, it is a masterpiece. They have this Moria book. It just came out a few months ago. It's called Moria Shadow of Khazad Dûm, and that is the thickest of the books. And I absolutely adore this book. You read through it, and there is so much lore and history available that even if you don't have a intimate understanding of everything that's occurred in the Middle-earth universe, this book holds your hand and it says, that's okay, we'll work through it together. We will get you to a place where you feel comfortable running this. It's so great. Oh, so this is a new system. Yeah, it's probably a new system from the sounds of it. It was a few years ago before the plague. yeah, so that would have been the Cubicle 7 book, which I can't really speak to the Cubicle 7 stuff. I just know that it occurred on the other side of the Misty Mountains, that they had stuff about Mirkwood in that book. So it's from what I've read online, like a lot of people really liked the Adventures in Middle-earth system. And what I've read on, they have a Discord channel for those of us who do both systems. Or I say both systems as in Lord of the Rings 5e system. There's also a second system called the One Ring system, which is a standalone system, completely separate from D&D 5e, and it has completely different design associated with it. But that one is also by Free League Publishing, and initially, back when Cubicle 7 had the rights to this, they had the One Ring system and Adventures in Middle-earth. And then when they lost the rights, it was given to Free League Publishing, who made their own One Ring system. And so people differentiate between the two One Ring systems by having first edition and second edition. And a lot of people who have played both the One Ring and Adventures in Middle-earth and Lord of the Rings 5e say that Free League Publishing has refined the way that these systems are done and has enhanced it while still remaining true to the source. Hell yeah, love that from a book. On Moria, I had a friend once made a 5e dungeon that was a scale build of Moria, and it was insane. That is so cool. Like, was it a virtual dungeon, or are you talking like a real life model of a dungeon? I love books that can be practical for adventures and also just a great read. I had no idea there was that many. Yeah, no, it's I'm such a fanatic about this about Free League Publishing, and Free League Publishing does a lot of different systems. Like they do a lot of more like sci-fi systems. They do horror systems, but their Lord of the Rings stuff is really, really cool. They have the core book, which is Lord of the Rings Role Playing 5e, and that has everything you need to know about the game system and getting into it. So it's got stuff about your, they've got, instead of races and classes, it's cultures and callings. And so they go through all of the availabilities available to you. They have stuff about how you fall to the influence of the shadow, and that's got its own separate system mechanics about it, and it's really, really cool. Yeah, like they have thought of everything, and that's just in the core supplement. Then you get into some of the other books. So they've got Shire Adventures, which is a combined campaign with a setting book. So they've got the first half of the book goes into the Shire. It's got a bunch of information, the lore, the history, everything that you need to know about like the towns and the areas, that kind of stuff. Even stuff about like the some of the NPCs available there. It's a whole thing. And then the later half of the book, they've got 5 one-shots that are supposed to be ran in succession. They're a little bit more lighthearted because it's supposed to be an introductory list of one-shots where you get used to playing like these new cultures and callings. You get used to more of the mechanics of the Lord of the Rings 5e system. And of course it's the Shire, so there's not, perilous danger in the Shire. Would I be okay, by the way, to share the link to your Twitch on the... Yeah, for sure. I'd be happy for you to do that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Got the map of the mines, traced it, and calculated the scale model of it, and drew it out on 12 A1 page. That is so cool. That is... I wish I could draw. Like, the amount of... When people draw things, like having an artistic ability to have a world in your mind and be able to bring it to life somehow, and whether that's like digital drawings, sketching, painting, any of those artistic talents, I think is just so cool. I didn't really apply myself growing up, so while I had an interest in art, I didn't have the self-discipline to work on becoming better at drawing or anything artistic. So my talent stopped very, very short. But I think that that's really, really cool. And that would just be so cool as a player to come in and see all the work that your DM has put into the world for your session. Cultures and colonies, that's very cool. Shire D&D would be awesome. Yeah, no, it's there's so much that I've learned about the Shire because of this book. And that's just one of the books. There's also 2 books about Eriador. So one is Ruins of Eriador, which is a dedicated book just about the history, the lore, the NPCs, the locations, that kind of stuff. And then there's Tales of Eriador, which is a set of adventures. I think there's 5 or 6 one-shot adventures in that one. And it's really, really cool. It's a little bit darker than the Shire Adventure one-shots. The Shire Adventure ones are lighthearted, Shire-esque levels of peril. It's stuff like being chased by dogs and falling in a river and not very extreme hazards. So the Tales of Eriador book, it can get really, really dark, and I think with the right DM or right, they call it a lore master in Lord of the Rings 5e. So with the right lore master who really leans into that narrative segments and leans into the mood of a scene, I think that it could just be so bone chilling. I too am terrible at art. I really wish. Yeah, no. I wish I could draw. Maybe one day I'll get back into it. But for those of us who can't draw, I guess there's always befriending artsy people. So do their new book mainly take place in Arnor? Yeah, right now the current books that they have out are all that really it's mostly Eriador. They've got the Moria book, which just came out a couple months ago, and there's been rumors lately. There's been 2 rumors. One is that they're coming out with a campaign book for Moria, which I think would be a good follow-up to the setting book, because don't get me wrong, you can easily run a campaign based off of the stuff in the Moria book. But I think it would be a good call for them to come out with a campaign book, because I think it could be overwhelming because there is so much material available to you. Secretly, one of the reasons I started the Discord was to find and befriend the artists who never leave their house. No, I get ya. I'm friends with a couple people who are more artsy, and I've definitely I intend eventually to support them, to pay money to get them to do character art or maps or whatever their specialization is for art. I'm just poor right now, so I haven't gotten to that point in my life yet. Oh, hell yeah, I would love to play in a campaign in Moria. Yeah, there was a really cool one-shot that I watched. They actually did the One Ring system for this one-shot I watched. But it was, so the One Ring and Lord of the Rings 5e, it's the same like lore and setting type stuff. It's just specifics about how they fit to the different mechanics of the system. So the logistical side of things change between the two of them. So I had watched this, I think it was a YouTube video, and they did a one-shot, a homebrewed one-shot going into Moria. It was so cool. So they had been in Tharbad, which is a kind of a seedy, underhanded town, kind of by Erebor, or sorry, not Erebor, but Eregion. Kind of by Eregion there, there's Tharbad. And in Tharbad, they met their patron. And their patron was like, hey, we want you to go into the mines because my son was kidnapped by this group of ruffians and taken against his will. So they go to Moria to go find his son. And they end up finding him. And there's this giant chamber. I forget what they call it, but I think it's called like the Great Hall or something like that. But it's this huge chamber with these two great big elevators, and these elevators have names. Let me just see if I can pull it up here. Yeah. Oh, side note, another really great thing about the Free League publishing stuff, when you purchase their stuff from their website, you get a PDF copy as well as mailed a physical copy of the book, which is awesome for those of us who post online versions of things. All right, let me find these elevators. All right. All right. Okay, so it's called the Great West Cave. And these two elevator platforms are called Nan and Gillam. And they have this complex like chain and cog system. And so when one elevator lowers, the other one raises. And it delves way deep into the earth for their mining, right? So anyways, during this play that I was watching on YouTube, they found one person who is the son, who was in the elevator, locked away, and he was in chains. And there was this ruffian outside who was threatening to lower the platform into the depths and leave. And so the players come upon this and immediately are like, okay, thank you for the follow, Soaring. Oh no, even my follow alerts got messed up. Oh. So I upgraded my my Streamlabs this morning, and I was playing with some stuff, and it messed up my chat box. It messed up apparently my follower alerts. I gotta fix all these things next time. Hi, Soaring. That's smart of the list. Yeah, no, it was really cool. So the players come upon this scene, and the son's like, help, he's gone crazy, kill him. And the players are like, okay, yeah. So they get into combat, easily kill this ruffian. And then they get to the platform, and they unlock the platform and let the guy out, the son. and the son's like, oh, we had to get out of here. And they're like, okay, well, first we should look for the other bandits. And he's like, oh, no, you shouldn't look for the bandits. That's fine. Oh, do I sound muffled? No, I'm using a fancy mic. It shouldn't be muffled, but it could also be because I have a couple filters on, because I don't have a boom arm yet. That's a future investment. So I've had to put a few filters on to fix the background noise of like the clicking and the keyboards and that kind of stuff, and to try and block out some of like the cat meowing and that kind of stuff. So I've had to put a couple filters on that isn't exactly what I want for my audio, but upside down U shape. I will check that. I will check that later. The other thing too is, so I've got this Razer mic, and Razer is very poor, has really, really poor audio software. I came from my Steel series, which is what I use for my headphones. And, you know, Steel series just has like a little headset mic. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be streaming, I need to have like a proper mic. So I invested money into this fancy microphone. And eventually I'm going to get into having a boom arm so that I can take off the filters. But if you need help with mic setup, hit me up. I'll run you through it all. I appreciate that, Soaring. No, I would really appreciate that, because I'm trying to get this mic to function properly, but it's the Razer software, coming from the Steel series to the Razer software, is a night and day difference. It's like being in an age of technology and going back to the Middle Ages. I am sorely unimpressed with the features available. I have a 32-pound Fey Amazon for my streams. What's a Fey Amazon? Is that like a boom arm, or is that a mic? Streaming doesn't need fancy mics, it just character in how you portray yourself. The only problem was that, so my headset mic I had to upgrade because I was getting audio feedback coming through on recordings while I was testing out recording some stuff, and it was bad. Like it was ear piercing feedback coming through, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to theoretically stream to anyone and have anyone want to stay on my stream with the feedback that was coming through. 32 quid mic from Amazon. Faye is just Scots for from. Oh, 54 loonies. 54 Canadian dollars. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I think I paid, what did I pay for this? I think I paid $90 for this. So slightly more, not ridiculously more, but a little bit more. It's like a Siren V2 Pro microphone or something like that. But yeah, no. So anyways, so back to the story. So they let out this son, and he's like, oh, you shouldn't look for the other bandits. We should just leave. We should just leave. and the players were like, oh, well, let's just check in this place right beside it. So they go into this complex that used to be like an inn. It's called the Hostel of Fane. And the players go into it, and they're searching around. The son's like, no, you shouldn't go in here. We need to leave. We should get out here before they come back, and really pressing the players. And eventually the players come across a room where all the ruffians' dead bodies have been laid. And it's at that point that they realize that the son has dragon sickness. So these players then have the hard choice of figuring out what to do with this guy. And eventually, like, they fight him, they restrain him, and they're like, okay, let's get out of the mines. But then they hear the drums coming from the deeps, and it's a mad dash to get out of Moria. So they're not able to get back the way they came. I forget what exactly had occurred, or if the concern was the time period, because I think it was like a week's journey for them to get into the mines. So instead, they start to ascend. They start to ascend through the mines and get to the top level. And in Moria, so they have the main level, and anything that was built above that main level was called a level. So level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. But anything built below that main level was called a deep. So then you've got deep 1, deep 2, deep 3. And I think they extend about 9 or 10 levels in either way. So there's 10 levels up and about 10 levels or deeps down. So these players run up to the top level and they see the air shafts, but they're high up. So they figure out how to climb up there. They're getting up. When they're getting up there, the son wakes up and he starts struggling. And he struggles so much that the person that's holding on to him has to make a decision, either to drop him so that he doesn't die, or to drop with him. And he ends up dropping him, and this horde of orcs that have gathered below them just kind of swarms him, and you don't even hear the impact of his body because he just is swallowed by this group of orcs. It was such a cool introductory one-shot to the Moria system, and that was just, a one-shot. That isn't even going into the full Lord of the Rings 5e system. Dragon sickness, that's so cool. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I got so excited watching that YouTube video, and I haven't really seen a lot of people do Moria related content yet. I think some people are still reading through the book because it's quite a chunky book. And I think that some people also might be waiting for that campaign supplement to come out. But it's really, really awesome. I would be hooked and want to play more. Would love to play in this system. Yeah, Malcolm, I'll hit you up sometime, because right now I'm focused on one shots because of my real life commitments right now, because of because of certain things like getting pregnant and having a baby, I've had to take quite a big step back from DMing. And so these one-shots are me getting back into DMing stuff. But the plan is eventually I'll do enough one-shots that I feel comfortable with the system, comfortable with DMing again, comfortable with the time commitments, and then eventually the hope is that I would run a campaign based on the Lord of the Rings 5e system. And I haven't decided yet if that would be an Eriador adventure or if it would be a Moria adventure. I think both have a lot of different benefits to them and different styles to the type of campaign you could run with them. But hopefully in the future, I should have a pretty good hold on whether I have the time commitment available to run a campaign system. Phoenix, what mic are you mainly wanting to optimize? Both mics are about the same sound-wise. I don't have a Yeti soaring. I just have the Siren. I don't have any Yeti. Completely understandable. I wouldn't want to push you. Would happily play it in a one-shot if you would have me. Both systems sound great. Yeah, no, I'd like to have you. I have a what's the one you showed before? It looked like a Yeti. That's my Siren. Yeah, it might have been the angle. No, I've only got the Siren. I don't have any other fancy mics. The only other mic I have is my headset mic, and that I can't use for anything streaming anymore because of the audio feedback. It's just it bleeds your ears. It's so bad. That is a Siren. They look so similar. Yeah. No. Malcolm, remind me some other time, and I can add you to my Lord of the Rings Discord server. I kind of just collect all the people that are going to eventually play in my one-shots there. No. But yeah, if you ever want to know anything about the Lord of the Rings 5e system, I actually did like a quite extensive stream. Actually, it was a two days worth of streaming where I went over the key differences between the two systems, between D&D 5e and the Lord of the Rings 5e system. I'd be down once I get a better feel for role-playing with Mal. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the system. Send friend request on Discord will. Yeah. Friend request. Accept. There we go. All right. By the way, I hope you guys like my little, my little stream pet. He is new this morning. I upgraded to Ultra for Streamlabs. This was one of the things I played with this morning. I got this little stream pet. I was actually trying to debate earlier what I would end up naming him. I debated a couple different names. Some of the ones I went through, Morgoth or Wormtongue, or even something that's not maybe Lord of the Rings related, like Falkor from Neverending Story. There were a couple like names that had like cool namings or cool meanings. Aiden, it means little fire in Celtic. Nuri means my fire in Hebrew. Samael, who's the archangel of poison and death. So if you have any ideas on what I should name my little dragon, let me know. I think that he's adorable. Wait, that's a stream pet? You can get those? Yeah. And thanks for the comment on the overlay. I actually bought it. I bought the overlay from Streamspell. It's got quite a few cool little things to it. I gotta fix it up now because all my playing this morning messed up my notifications, but I've been really liking the stream overlay thus far. It's got a really cool little scene transition with a D20 that rolls across the stream. Wait, let me do it for you guys. Ta-da! Yeah, I've got a stream pet too. They're just a few gifts. What kind of stream pet do you have, Soaring? I actually meant to ask what kind of streaming you did, because I saw your on Discord there that you mentioned that you streamed, but I didn't see anything about like what kind of stuff you stream. Oh, like a little crow. That's cute. And this is stuff that you made, hey? I'm more variety-based, haven't really streamed in a while. That's okay. I think it takes a lot out of some people. I was actually talking about this with another streamer, Hold My Pizza Man. He's a Lord of the Rings fan who also does some variety streaming. And he was mentioning that some people say that they find streaming stressful and they need to take big breaks from it. And some other people find it more of like a relaxation type thing. I'm kind of in the middle. I find it's relaxing thus far. I don't know if I'm still going to feel that way by the time I get a little bit more followers and stuff, but stuff I design, then get commissioned. I can get rough drafts, but can't really do final touches or get things right because I don't like my own art due to the wrist issues. Oh, yeah. Well, the stuff that you posted in on the Discord channel the other day looked good. Like, I thought that was cool. Like a tiny smog or Smeeg. Smeeg, I like that. Falcor is awesome. Great news. I like Smeeg. Oh, that's a good little name. I can also change the color of him. I just wanted to get the name down before I worry about what color my dragon is. I don't mind the green color. I just dragon has Ryu vibes. Ryu. Yeah. Well, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll name it Scatha, because I was talking about Scatha earlier, because there's rumors that there's going to be a dragon in the upcoming War of Rohirrim movie. I was reading some people talk about, you know, what dragon is around in that period of time, and everyone kind of agreed that it would be Scatha the Worm. It's SCA, like Scatha. And Scatha the Worm is what everyone agreed is the only dragon that was kind of prevalent in the time that War of Rohirrim is set for. And it's actually really cool because I was reading about Scatha, and it's called a longworm in Tolkien's writings, and it is a blind gray dragon without wings, and it has like a white underbelly, and it would collect the two things: the skulls of men and the hands of dwarves, and it would lick the flesh clean off of them until they were bleached. And so its nest was made up of the hand bones of dwarves and the skulls of men. I thought that was really cool, but the idea of this like blind, wingless creature that's called a longworm just reminded me of like it kind of reminded me of like a Dune type of thing, like a slithering thing through the depths of the earth. I don't know if the rumors are true, if they're actually supposed to, have Scatha appear in this movie, but I thought that was just really, really neat. Ooh, that's cool. I want to see that film. Yeah, I've told my husband, I'm like, okay, we're making a date to watch the new War of Rohirrim book, or War of Rohirrim movie. Still haven't seen The Rings of Power season 2. Oh, it's really good. A lot of people have said that Rings of Power season 2 is better than season 1. When you finish it, let me know, because I'm up to date on it and I don't want to spoil anything for you. But I really like Rings of Power, what they've been doing with it. Scatha is very cool. That's grim and very cool. Yeah, no, I think Scatha's neat. By the way, I'm more than free to help out anyone on the Discord with stream setup for any niche or genre. Got a good 8 years experience with it, so if anyone needs help, just hit me up. Yeah, Soaring, I'll probably do exactly that, because my audio is something that I really have been struggling with. I didn't struggle with it before I was streaming, but now that I have a different mic, this Razer mic is, I don't know. I really just don't like the software to begin with. It does not meet the needs that I think that a software should for a professional microphone. I don't know. There's probably some sort of software that I can get, like a third-party software, but I haven't looked into that. A true serpent, like the basilisk from the second Harry Potter after it was blinded. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. Like, I just love the idea of like this creepy thing slithering. I don't know. It just evokes great imagery. That's great to hear. That is really good. Gives me hope. Audio is one of the main focuses for any streamer. You're the center of it, after all. Yeah. No, I appreciate any sort of advice or expertise you can provide. Oh, look, my baby is awake. He had a good sleep. He slept almost 12 hours. Best way to focus on keeping it simple. Voice meter is pretty good for it. I will have to look that up. I'm sure we'll go through that stuff when we talk. Yeah, no, yeah, I still need to figure out a name for this little dragon though. He's adorable. Very adorable. Man, 12 hours, wish I could get that level of rest. No, he usually doesn't sleep very good. Yesterday he slept about 10 hours. And then last night I fed him to sleep, and He slept for about 5 minutes, long enough for me to crawl into bed, and then he woke up crying. And lately I haven't been able to get him to like comfort to sleep just rocking him. But last night I picked him up and I just like held him and talked with him for 5-10 minutes, and surprisingly he fell right back asleep after that, and he would just been sleeping away. I'm pretty much done all the household chores and finished the last of moving, so I'll be on for longer for the next while. Feel free to message me at any point. Sleep schedule is now gone. Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'm probably going to be ending the stream here right away just because of the baby being awake. He's going to need diaper change and feeding and that kind of stuff pretty quick here. Usually he's awake anywhere from 2 to 3 hours on average, and then I can get him down for a second nap. So if you're still awake after that point, I can meet up with you then. If you're not awake, that is a-okay. I am on Canadian time, so I'm awake for the next probably 11-ish hours. Or we can meet up some other time too. That's a-okay as well. No worries at all. Thank you for the stream. Great info. Yeah, no, I'm glad that I could talk with you a little bit about this this one, because I just love the system, and maybe one of these times I can actually go through some of the variations to 5e with you, because it is. I went through the work and the effort of making like an outline to say like everything that's different between the two systems. If Mal's down for it, I'll run you both through the streamer boot camp together. Yeah, no, I'm good with boot camp. 6 p.m. here. Yeah, because you guys are European, so .5e is my specialty, so good to know. Yeah, no, I'd be happy to let you know anything you want to know about it. I will preface, I am not an expert on the system, but I feel like I have a really good idea of the system after talking about it for so long. So I'd be happy to give you any information you're interested in, because it's a really cool system. It's really, really cool. But yeah, I'm going to head off stream here. Again, just as a reminder for everyone, sometime in the near future, I will be running my Lord of the Rings 5e one-shot called Of Ill Fillings and Miscrest. That will be coming to you guys sometime in the near future, likely going to be after Christmas. This is a whodunit adventure full of lots of different what's the word I'm looking for? Lots of words. I'm at a loss of words. It's sorry. I think I'm tired. It's a whodunit adventure. There'll be lots of shenanigans. That's the word I was looking for. Lots of shenanigans, lots of mysterious things going afoot. Trouble in the Shire. It will be set in Frogmorton in the East Farthing. And we have a group of 5 hobbits that will be coming to lead us on this adventure. keep an eye on my Blue Sky for more information on a confirmed date for that. Coming to us, hopefully a little sooner, I will be running a regular D&D 5e one-shot. This one is called The First Date. It is a combat-heavy, low-level adventure for level 2 folks. It is kind of a cheesy, corny little 3 to 4 hour one-shot that I'm going to be running. That one, I'm hoping to have a confirmed date in the next week or so. So that one, I'm hoping I'll have an update for you guys next week. But again, all of the dates, all of the information will be available on my Blue Sky. If you are not familiar with Blue Sky, it is like a Twitter, but better. So follow me on Blue Sky for more information. Again, thank you all so much for the wonderful engagement, for the likes, the follows, the shares, the subscriptions. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate being able to chat with you all in the conversation today. Continue to think of really cool names for our new dragon friend, because he is adorable and deserves a name. I will chat with you all sometime shortly, possibly tomorrow morning. Let's see, tomorrow's Thursday morning, so I will probably be on right around the same time, maybe a little earlier tomorrow, based on baby nap time. Awesome. Keep us posted. Free to self-advertise on this. Thanks so much, Malcolm. I really appreciate that. Awesome. All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we will talk with you all again next time. Ta-ta for now.